Good afternoon, St. Mark's UMC. Today I don't have a devotional. I just got back from a time of grieving and a time of healing. For those of you who don't know, the beginning of January I found out that my father had suddenly passed away. It came as a shock. I'm kind of young if you can't tell. I'm 27. And I'm the oldest. So you often think that you have more time. And I didn't. And it's been really hard. It's been very difficult. And I know that I'm not alone. I know that many people in St. Mark's have also, in 2020 and in 2021, experienced fundamental loss in their life. And I just wanted to take a moment to recognize that. Over the course of the pandemic, I started doing this series. We built this whole set, and it was a lot of fun. And I picked kind of a simple topic, and the intent behind the whole series was simplicity. That we would talk about verbs, and that these verbs would allow us, through a biblical perspective, to understand how we should live. It's about getting back to our roots as Christians and attempting to experience the Bible in a whole new way. It's very topical. We went over a verb that, kind of spoke to me that week. Some weeks I was inspired by a certain verb that had happened, and I had a small anecdote for you guys. And other weeks, I had to look at the dictionary. But usually it was something that came from the heart. It was something that I wanted to talk about. It was like, this is a verb, let's talk about it. This is something that I've experienced this week, let's talk about it. And last year, if you'll remember, about 6 months ago, I did the verb to grieve. And I talked about grieving. And that was a really hard week because I had lost my grandfather. And so I needed to talk about what it looks like to grieve from a Christian perspective. And then a month later, I lost my grandmother. And I couldn't do grieving again. I couldn't talk about that verb again. And now that I've lost my father, I can't do verbs anymore. I looked at them and I said, you know what? I think we've established a nice core. We've established a core of verbs. But right now in this season of my life, I've really and truly lost the ability to talk about Christian verbs. Mostly because I'm very empty right now. I am extremely empty. However, I'm excited for this new year. And so while I can't talk about the Christian life in the way that I was, I want to talk about other things. I want to talk about the Bible. I want to talk about faith. So we're going to be doing a new devotional series. Every week, same time, same David, same set. It's going to be more topical. We're going to go, or not topical, it's going to be more biblical. We are going to go through scripture. We're going to talk about it. And we're going to have a devotional thought every week. This is going to be a year of restoration, and that's going to be the focus of the scripture. We are going to focus on restorative scripture in the year of 2021. 2020, that was a hard year. I think we all had a tough time of it. It doesn't matter if you had an experience like mine or if you were just stuck inside all the time. It was hard. 2021, we're going to focus on scripture that deals with restoring. And we're going to work on, with me, I'm going to work on myself. And you're going to be here with me through the journey. So I'm excited. I'm still going through a hard time. But we're going to look at the scripture together here in this set and talk about how it can apply to our lives and restore us. The verb series, that's done. We've covered how to be a nice, solid Christian insofar as I can do so. You're going to have to go to Richard for more specific information. 2021, this year on this channel, we're going to talk about some new things. And I'm excited for you to come on this journey with me. And I'm excited for what the Bible has in store for us. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for giving me space. And I'm glad to be back. I'll see you next week.